chamomile is our plant this week. So there are different varieties of chamomile, and I think I have even questioned whether one works differently than another. And typically the ways that I use them are in a tea. I love chamomile tea before I go to bed especially, or if I have some stomach stuff going on, it's a great tea to use. And you can just use the dried herb. You can pick it out of your yard if it grows in your yard, which it does in mine, and it reseeds itself, so it comes back every year, which is dreamy. And here are some dried chamomile. And so they keep all of their good properties as they dry. And then if you make an infusion or steep the chamomile, you can drink it and it will help your stomach. It can be really great if you have a toothache or a fever or a cold. And it's actually one of the safe plants to use with kiddos. So when my kids were small, I used to make chamomile tea and then I would freeze it in an ice cube tray and let them suck, like maybe in a washcloth or something, suck on basically a chamomile popsicle when they were teething, which I remember one time my husband tried it and he was appalled because it tasted like dirt to him. But there are lots of really amazing products with chamomile in them. We love this tincture and we use it a lot. I actually bring it with me. It's a great nerve support. It's really interesting though because they do not specify on the bottle what kind of chamomile is in here, but it works wonders. It also has a couple other things in it. Wood betony and fennel seed. Oh, and some hops, which we talked about last week, and catnip. So just really good soothing, calming herbs. Yeah, so there are two different kinds. I mean, there are lots of different kinds. There's pineapple weed, which I bet you've seen just growing like out of a crack in the sidewalk or something. It likes to grow in disturbed areas, doesn't need a lot of attention or love, and it's actually full of like good calcium and iron, and it can be really good for your body as long as you pick it somewhere where you know there hasn't been any spray or bad chemicals that have been used. So just be careful if you're gonna test it out. You could put it in a salad. It's bitter, but you could make that into a tea and try it. Anyway, so yeah, pineapple weed. And I guess the difference between the weed that grows kind of everywhere, I'm sure you've seen it, is there aren't any petals on it. So it kind of almost looks like a little pineapple, and it actually smells like pineapple. So one of the cool things about chamomile is it's Greek meaning, and it is earth apple. So or ground apple, but it's like the apple of the earth. So it's kind of got a magical name also. But the plants that grow in my yard, or that you can plant, German and Roman chamomile are kind of their common names. And they are little tiny white flowers with yellow centers. So I'm sure you've seen them, I'm sure you've smelled them, I'm sure you've had a tea of chamomile, especially if you are ever having a hard time sleeping. It's like the best tea. Anyway, so Roman and German chamomile, I really don't notice much of a difference between them. There is a chemical difference though. So these are essential oils of the plants, and German chamomile is actually blue when it's distilled, and that is because it has, let's try and make it come out. It has a different chemical constituent than the Roman chamomile. I just really want you to see the color of it because it's really intense and kind of crazy. Okay, maybe you can just see it if you look at the orifice. If I take this out, my whole hand is going to turn blue. So, but even the lid of it is absorbing, and so it's turning blue. But Roman chamomile is not blue. It doesn't have course, none of them are going to come out. So it's clear. But they're both like very similar. They actually smell very similar to me. There is a slight difference. So if you are like doing a sniff test, you'll notice the difference. It has, this blue one has azulene in it, and I might be saying that wrong, but it's got high anti-inflammatory properties. So, but I do feel like both of them are good for pain, and they're good anodynes, both of them, both varieties. Again, I don't smell much of a difference. They're both really great for your stomach. So if you have stomach stuff going on, it's a good soother. They're both really great for fevers and colds and your kidneys and your liver. So they're just kind of good, overall good body cleansers. Get toxins out of you and just bring like so much relief. So they're just like, it's both kinds. I mean, honestly, if you see them, it's really hard to even decipher which one you're looking at. So yeah, I think you can't go wrong really if you get chamomile, or if you have, like, maybe you're making something soothing and you add chamomile to it. Like, I think it's just going to be a lovely addition to whatever it is you're making, and it's good and it's safe. And I can't show you the live plant right now because there's a bunch of snow outside, but I'm kind of excited to take pictures of all of my plants of the week once the spring starts making them pop up in my yard. Yeah, I mean, grounders, calmers, soothers, great for your skin, great for just kind of promoting inner peace and clarity. Okay, chamomile.